But that does not refute the fact that it's not only Canada that should be doing the right thing, it's the other countries as well. We expect USA, we expect the EU, we expect Australia to all do exactly that. So Canada is just a case of the many who are not living up to the standards of what is expected out of the COP15. Yeah.
Do you have any comments to say on the fact that the Office of the Prime Minister of Canada accused Canadian environmentalists to be responsible of this stunt?
Any words to say about that?
Yeah, what do you think of this?
Hilarious. I thought Mr. Guilbeault responded wonderfully and very appropriately.
You were actually surprised to see what the Prime Minister's Office reaction, right?
Completely. Yeah, and the little scuffle between the U.S. energy delegation and the Canadian energy delegation was also surprising and welcome.
But there was also one interesting thing, is the fact that he acknowledged that the message in all this he liked, that indeed these countries should live up to their expectations, to what the world expects of them, is that they should pay their climate debt. At least much as it created that fiction, the message was out and they loved the message. And it's the message that we intended to get out. And we would be very glad if the issue of the climate debt is dealt with and is broadcasted much more. Yeah.
Ms. Matembe and other members of the climate debt agents, what would you tell a Canadian citizen that says, I don't know anything to the developing world, what is this debt you're talking about? What do I owe?
To the Canadian citizens who may not know, is that it's a historical debt. For so many years, we all know that the developed countries are highly industrialized and they have polluted the environment. The effects right now are in developing countries. And I would love to say where I come from right now, people are suffering. There are long droughts. There are famines. People are losing their lives. And we cannot continue watching this happen. We want this to come to an end. All we are asking for is a just world. A world where everybody cares. And what is caring at this moment? What is caring is that the developed countries should stand up to what they did. Clean up their mess. Pay the climate debt. Let someone have a comfortable life out there. Is that too much to ask? I don't think.
You consider that the states are, United States are at the same level as Canada, since they're buying a lot of tar sands and their targets are more or less the same?
As United States citizens, I can say that yes, they certainly are, and we could as easily target the U.S. policy. But right now, Canada has been getting the fossil award many days, and especially back in Poland, they were voted the least progress on climate change. Again, since the tar sands have started to be exploited, the carbon footprint from Canadians has shot through the roof. And while everybody else is beginning to make incremental progress, Canadians are not. And so, that's why we're targeting Canada, but we're also equally interested in targeting the U.S., Europe, and Australia.
Because incremental progress is not enough either.
So you're proud, right? What you did?
Yes.
Yeah, very proud. And we shall still stand strong as the climate debt agents and say that the developed countries should pay their climate debt. And I am proud to say that. I'm very sure my colleagues, they too, as climate debt agents, at this moment are very proud. That's the message we want out there.
Any further questions? All right. Thank you very much. Well, thank you for coming to the Bella Center. This is also the opening of the Good COP15, which is where we open up, just as they're shutting down the actual Bella Center to NGOs and people who are lobbying for good climate change legislation. We're opening up this venue so that people can make the announcements that they want to see. the dream announcements instead of the nightmare announcements that unfortunately we've been getting. And so you're all welcome to stay after the press conference and have an announcement tape that then will be posted on the good-cop15.org website. Thank you.